Hi, my name's Appleton and I'm Remington Session Stylist. I'm going to show you a really amazing look today inspired by the catwalks called Big and Bouncy. We saw it hitting the runway last season, flowing locks, and I'm going to show you how to create that look today. It's actually really simple and I'm going to be using Remington Keratin Therapy Pro Volume Brush to achieve the look. And we're going to start at the front of the hair. You can take sections quite random, but my top tip would always be to take the section the size of the brush. So don't take any more hair than the size or the width of the brush. We're going to brush the hair up using the Pro Volume, get those ends in there smooth, and then literally wrap the hair down and hold for about 10 to 15 seconds. But again, I always like to just give the hair a little touch. When the hair feels warm or hot to touch, then take it out. We've got the release button here, which is great as well, so it's easy removal, and it's got some real staying power, which is what I really like about the product. You get the volume, but it really stays. So we're going to take the product out, and as you can see, you basically just get this really nice kind of volumized wave in the hair. So it's very natural, and that's what we want. We just want that kiss of movement towards the ends. Because we've got the keratin that's actually infused into the plates, it's given a very smooth finish. Now, for anyone that's saying to me, I never know what to do with sections, I'm going to show you a really easy sectioning pattern. We're literally, with our fingers, going to draw a line basically from temple to temple, from the front all the way to the back. So quite random. That will be your first section, which we will divide going down the head, creating the same look, and then we're going to basically go along the sides, come in along there. So you've got basically 3 sections and you're going to be working your way back, just holding the brush in. It's really quick and simple, but for anyone that wants to follow a little bit more of a sectioning pattern, that would be the ideal way to work. So as we go through the back section, you're basically going to start to create a little bit more of a curl. So the longer the hair will start to fall into more of a curl. If your hair's shorter, you'll get more of a flick, or more of a bounce, or more of that blow dry feel. So if you just want to literally, touch up your blow dry, or if you struggle to blow dry your hair, this is the perfect product to use because it will just give you that real swishy feel. And as you can see, you're starting to get that little bit more of a curl and a little bit more of a wave going on. But like I say, it's not about creating, kind of really curly hair. It's just about creating that smooth, volumized finish. So I'm going to carry that on throughout the head of hair now. So we'll just release that last section now, and then basically give it a little bit of a brush through. I'm just going to use a vent brush. A vent brush is basically a brush with holes in, so that doesn't take away all the volume you just put in. I'm just going to give it a little bit of a brush through, and already you can see, especially from this back section, that really beautiful wave, which I think is really sexy. And in actual fact, it looks good to go like this. You've got that really nice bouncy look. You can imagine on longer hair, it will tumble into a bit more of a curl. And on shorter hair, just be a bit more flicky and a bit more texturized. I'm going to show you a nice little tip now to create a little bit more of a modern finish, inspired by the catwalks. It's got that whole kind of Barbarella feel. So what we're going to do is we're going to start about 1 inch away from the hairline and just section the front out. Okay, so just keep that section out of the way, and then from that point we're going to back comb the hair very slightly at the roots just to give a little bit more volume. A lot of people do struggle with back combing. It's actually really simple to do, and let me show you how. So when you're back combing, hold the hair up nice and firm. You can use using a comb, and we're only going to be working in the root, so sort of about 2 inches up from the root. We're not going to go any higher into the end. We've created that really beautiful finish to the end, so we don't want to ruin that. So with the comb, we're going to go in and we're going to push this comb right down towards the root until you touch the scalp. A lot of people stop around here, and then what happens when you let go is the hair becomes saggy. So make sure you really get the comb in there. So right to the root, and you only need to do that sort of 3 or 4 times. And you can see that's real volume, so the hair then stays in place. Okay, that's the difference between a good and a bad back comb. So just spend a minute or 2 doing that. You can take your sections quite quick. I would sort of mirror the sections that you took when using the volumizing brush. Again, just going in at the root, giving it a little tweak until you've got enough volume. You're going to mirror that on the sides, but again, leaving your front section out. We're going to leave the front section out because we're going for this whole kind of Barbarella feel, a little bit Lana Del Rey. We're going to just dress the hair in a headband. So let's give that a little bit more of a tease at the root. It can be quite quick. And then just spritz over what you've done. And we're then going to brush the top section over that. The reason we're keeping the top section smooth is because you then can't see the back combing that you've created. So don't be afraid just to tease out what you've just put in with the back combing. So you've got that kind of elongated elongated head shape, so you've got all that volume in the back, but the front's going to be quite flat. I'm going to take just a regular headband, so just get it on first, and then what we're going to do is just probably add a little bit more spray. Just get the hair going back in the right direction. Just get the hair away from the face. I'm just using a very light hold spray. You don't need to go anything too strong. And then we're just going to lift that headband back to the front. And then the rest is really down to personalisation. If you want to add a little bit more volume, don't be afraid to pick the hair back up and go back in. Any little gaps, or if the hair parts, again, just go back in. Because we've got so much volume going on with the volumizing brush, all it needs is little tweaks like this to create that real wow hair. So this is perfect on a night out. So you can have your daytime look, which we've just created with the blow-dried kind of look from the volumizing brush. And then for an evening do, you can just kind of tweak it up a little bit and make it look a little bit more energetic. And it's not kind of too big. You could go bigger and really go for that wow factor, but I'll leave that for you guys to find out what suits your individual style. So here you have it, the Big and Bouncy.
This product is available in selected larger stores and available on boots.com.